A regional contractor came to us with a quality problem. They are known for delivering high-quality projects, but the resources spent fixing an increasing amount of construction issues was costing them way too much time and money. Something needed to be done to deliver projects without all the costly issues. They have a project management software they like, but the built-in quality module was lacking. The company switched to FTQ360 for a fully digital QAQC process that would be standardized across their projects in just 1 year. In this case study, we are going to take a close look into the workings of their digital QAQC program. The first QAQC function they implemented was deficiencies and punch list reports. And like every construction company out there, they had a constant stream of quality issues. Every project team had their own way of manually communicating issues using phone calls and emails and tracking them on spreadsheets. The company wanted to implement a more efficient digital process for everyone to use. So, we configured this punch list that the superintendents use to record punch items. And you can see on this list, the superintendent has recorded an electrical problem. But let's say he also finds a concrete problem. He just selects the trade, and that adds the new punch item, and then uses the in-app camera to snap a photo of the concrete problem, which is a tear in the vapor barrier, and marks up the photo to show exactly what and where the problem is located. When he is done, the image becomes part of the official inspection record. He assigns a subcontractor to fix the deficiency, in this case, Quick Concrete, and he types notes about the issue in the observation field, rip in vapor barrier. He sends this punch item to the subcontractor directly from the inspection screen. He just clicks Email and chooses just Open Item. That limits the subcontractor to only seeing the punch items assigned to them. The sub adds their own photo, showing that the problem has been fixed, adds notes in the corrective action field, and clicks Ready for Review. That automatically notifies the superintendent that this punch item is ready to re-inspect. He reviews the subcontractor's photos to verify that everything looks good, or goes back out onto the job site to see for himself. Either way, he'll change the punch item from open to fixed to remove it from the punch list. And that completes the deficiency reporting process. The superintendents also needed an easy way to see all the open items for their projects. They use the Priority Open Deficiency dashboard to see not only what is still open, but it organizes all the open items into overdue and coming due, as well as shows them where the items are located, which checklists produce errors, and which subcontractors were assigned. They scroll down to see the full list of items and open the associated inspections as needed. The corporate office is using this dashboard too, but on a wider scale. They see all open issues across the projects and immediately catch problem areas before they get out of control. They are also using the priority feature to separate high-risk issues from low-risk issues and have implemented special follow-up procedures for any open item tagged as high risk. The company was able to implement this digital system immediately and move away from spreadsheets altogether. With good feedback from both the project teams and management, the company had strong tailwinds for progressing to daily reports next. The company had been prepping daily reports using Word forms for years. They wanted a digital solution that ends the hassle of a superintendent having to go back to the computer at the end of the day to transcribe field notes into a Word form, add photos, and email them out. The company uses a daily report template from the FTQ360 library that we configured to match the information they were collecting already and add some digital features that enhance their process. The superintendent simply brings the form up on his mobile device, whether that was on his phone or his tablet, and fills out his daily report as he walks the job site. Mundane information that is added every day is made simpler with tools in the app, such as inserting daily weather conditions. Now this is done with just a click of a button. Photos and videos are taken with the in-app camera and inserted into the report without complicated image file uploads. Now the correct photographs are always attached to the right observation on the correct report. The superintendent also dynamically adapts the form to the day's construction activities, eliminating unused sections or running out of room to add information. He just expands tables as needed, so there is always a line for extra equipment, additional subcontractors for man-hours tracking, or extra space for any number of material deliveries. Hopefully there aren't quality issues or safety issues popping up every day, but when there are, the superintendent just adds them as needed with a click of a button. All these options are dynamically added as needed, keeping the company's daily reports succinct and organized. Plus, the next morning, the superintendent clicks a button to copy pre-selected sections from yesterday's report into a new report for the day's activity. This saves him the time of retyping repeating information, such as equipment or subcontractors on the site. The company fully automated the email description of their daily reports to managers and clients, so the superintendent doesn't even have to think about it. The FTQ360 solution for daily reports is about removing the administrative burden and keeping the superintendents focused on monitoring the job sites. The next QAQC function the company implemented was checklist inspections. This focused on subcontractor accountability for quality and making sure completed work tasks meet the project requirements. The company needed a very simple inspection process for the superintendents in the field. So with FTQ360, these superintendents perform the inspection using their mobile devices right on the job site. They select the project, phase, and then the inspection checklist template, such as this concrete pre-pour example. Next, they select the subcontractor whose work is being inspected. In this case, the subcontractor is Best Concrete Services. Now the inspection checklist loads and they're ready to start inspecting. It's that simple. The checklist template is made up of checkpoint line items the company wants the superintendent to verify. These checkpoints have evaluation buttons. The superintendent uses the FTQ or green button to mark this item as complete and correct. It's FTQ, or First Time Quality. Now the company has a record that this item was inspected on the job site, and at the time of the inspection, it was correct. If there's a deficiency found that is going to require follow-up, the superintendent clicks the Open button. By clicking that, he just added an item to his punch list. With open items or any checkpoint, the superintendent adds photos, videos, observation notes, and assigns a subcontractor. When the inspection is complete, he clicks the Actions menu to email each subcontractor their own punch items. There are advanced features that can be added to the checklist template to enhance data collection and guide the company's QAQC improvement focus. Reason classifications allow the superintendent to tag a deficiency to a root cause. The company now has data for grouping deficiencies together by a common cause. The superintendent assigns each deficiency a series of key metrics that measure the impact on the company. He attributes a priority value, so high-risk issues are separated from low-risk issues and given special attention. Other key metrics track dollars spent to fix the problem and the number of days this issue added to the schedule. Tables replace spreadsheets for easy data collection, such as tool measurements, test data, and technical inspections. Rows expand as necessary for repetitive work, and FTQ360 can be used to replace Excel spreadsheets, even when they have complicated formulas to evaluate pass-fail conditions. For inspections that require manager or customer sign-off, approval checkpoints are used to notify the approver and capture their signature. Now their superintendents complete not only the inspection, but all the reporting and required notifications directly from the inspection screen on the job site. Next, the company implemented Project QAQC plans. The company was using spreadsheets to manage all of this, which created all sorts of complications. The company wanted a pre-planned inspection procedure for each project, so superintendents would know exactly what inspections are required and the corporate office could monitor progress. They moved to FTQ360 for all of their project QAQC planning and tracking. The company sets up an ITP, an inspection and test plan, that schedules the sequence of inspections for each project. Here, the planned inspections are clearly mapped out for each phase in the project, showing which checklist will be used, the inspection sequence, and due dates for when each inspection should be completed. For the superintendent, he can easily see which inspection he needs to perform next and can quickly start it right from the progress list. or he can access the previously started inspection and continue working on it. The corporate office monitors the progress of the entire project and sees what inspections are completed, which ones are still in progress, and which ones have pending punch items to complete. They also get out in front of potential problems by quickly seeing where the plan isn't being followed. For example, here we see the superintendent is doing a good job completing the quality inspections, but has fallen behind in performing the required safety inspections. The production planner updates the inspection plan for a project using the ITP scheduling timeline. This Gantt chart view allows her to focus on a single phase to move planned inspections for an entire phase or a single planned inspection as needed. Altogether, the ITP tool allows the company to implement a pre-planned inspection strategy and ensure it stays on track and runs on schedule. The next QAQC function the company turned their attention to was defect prevention, focused on preventing avoidable, recurring problems. After reviewing deficiency data from inspections, daily reports, and punch lists, the company realized that there were specific recurring quality issues they could do something about. The company implemented a continuous improvement program, starting with tracking the problems the superintendents are reporting the most. By accessing an FTQ360 analysis dashboard, they see the top recurring deficiencies across all projects. Here we see this first issue has occurred 27 times, the second issue 25 times, and the third 15 times. Now, in their quarterly construction meeting, the superintendents are determining the root cause of these three top issues, developing an action plan to stop them from recurring, and implementing that plan across all projects. They get their entire construction team focused on preventing those three issues from ever popping up on their job sites again. That's not only protecting their cycle time and saving wasted time and money, but freeing up the superintendents from dealing with those repeating, avoidable headaches. At their next quarterly meeting, they review the next top 3 to 5 recurring issues and repeat the continuous improvement process all over again. They're on track to eliminate 12 of the worst recurring issues that accounted for 1/3 of their preventable problems from their construction process by the end of the year. But they aren't stopping there. The company is also ranking their subcontractors by a quality score, as well as ranking each construction trade specialty. Clearly, today, concrete is a construction phase that is producing a lot of errors and rework. And like any construction company, they're dealing with several concrete subcontractors. With the data they're collecting, they can monitor each subcontractor's quality performance. Not only can the company see the number of deficiencies each concrete subcontractor has had within the selected time frame, but also a quality FTQ score or the percentage of time that each subcontractor is getting things done right the first time. This percentage is important because even though this subcontractor has a higher number of deficiencies, they have been assigned to more jobs and actually have a higher quality score than the other subcontractors. Plus, when the company meets with the subcontractor, they now have the tools in FTQ360 to discuss specifics. Subcontractor meetings sound like this. You had 46 issues on the last 92 jobs, with properly sealing the penetrations occurring the most, accounting for 17 of those issues. Why do you think your crews are having a problem with properly sealing penetrations, and what can you do to alleviate that? The analytics in FTQ360 are giving the company an edge to target problems that are costing cycle time, wasting money in rework, and eating up the superintendent's time on the job site. Before, everything from punch lists to inspection logs to even trade performance was maintained through a cluster of emails, text messages, spreadsheets, and even handwritten notes. Now all that data is accessed, maintained, and even analyzed in one place. And whether it's the job site superintendent, project manager, the VP of construction, or even the accountant, all the quality and safety data is easily accessible to everyone. Proactive defect prevention has transformed QAQC into a profit generator for the business. What's next? At this point, the company has plans for what's next. Now that essential construction QAQC functions have been implemented from the punch lists and daily reports to checklist inspections and deficiency prevention. They will be extending the company QAQC program, first by partnering with key subcontractors who will use checklist inspections that document the proper completion of their work. Second is extending beyond construction into startup and commissioning. The third is extending into pre-construction document reviews and vendor audits. Eventually, they also want to feed construction issues back into pre-construction to refine construction details, building product selections, and vendor selections. For more information on the 5 essential construction QAQC functions, please visit FTQ360.com. Thank you.